Craig Kimbrel has a new home. We have agreed to terms with Kimbrel on a one-year contract for the 2024 season and a club option for 25. Welcome to Birdland, Craig. The Baltimore Orioles get a new closer, and according to this from Jake Grill, Kimbrel will be the Orioles closer in 2024, according to Mike Elias, who likes the better structure the veteran brings to the bullpen mix. So this means that Cano can now be that eighth inning guy, which he was when Bautista was healthy. At the age of 35, coming off the year he had 69 innings. Jake Peavy, do you think Craig Kimbrel is exactly the Band-Aid they need to get over the hump with Felix Bautista out for the year?
Absolutely do. I think this is a great move. You go out, if you're not going to spend the money on Hader, you go out and you get a good Craig Kimbrel, who has been great throughout his career. Still 23 for 28. The Caper 9 is still there. He's going to a way better ballpark than the one we're watching him pitch in there in Philadelphia, which is going to help. I love his veteran presence. I know a lot of the guys, young guys in that Baltimore clubhouse. Craig fits in the country boy MO. He's going to be great for Brandon Hyde. He pushes Cano back to the eighth inning where he seemingly was much more comfortable.
Yeah.
As a 2 ERA as opposed to, I think, a 4, almost 5 in his last 15 in that closer role. So I like the move.
I agree with everything you said there, especially the ballpark there. I know the Orioles, listen, they do their math as well as anybody. They saw he gave up 11 home runs, including the postseason. Only 7 would have been out at Camden Yards. So with that big wall in left field, that plays much better than playing at the bank in Philly. And also diving into some of the numbers, they saw he had a 1.8 ERA with Real Muto behind the plate. Got rushed from there to catch him in Baltimore. He's got to love that. Fangraphs has him stuff-wise the #1 National League closer in terms of pure stuff. That's a measurement of the physical properties of your pitches. That's ahead of Josh Hader, just in terms of stuff. So his stuff is there. There's no question about it. Listen, I agree with you. Hader is the top of the market. It's just the Orioles, that's not their MO. They're not going top of the market. This is the next best option. True closer here. You've got the 9th inning covered now. Brandon Hyde does a great job getting to that 9th inning. I like the fit here a lot.
There were 2 boxes that need to be checked by the Orioles before spring training opens up. One, you got to get someone to help in the back end. They clearly think Kimbrel's going to be the closer. That box has been checked. He's got over 400 career saves. He's on the Hall of Fame highway. I believe the other box, you need a veteran frontline starting pitcher. Now, to Tom's point, maybe they don't go to the high-price Yamamoto or Montgomery, but do they need a legitimate veteran free agent starting pitcher to add to that rotation to get over the hump?
So no Yamamoto, no Montgomery. They go Snell?
I think I would love to see Snell or Montgomery.
I think Montgomery's
I'm not
a great
sure.
fit.
What's the price of poker for Montgomery?
Who cares?
The Orioles do.
No, go ahead. Tell us what you think.
Look, we've got to punch through. Look at what the Texas Rangers did to win the World Series. They had to go out and spend some money. Then at the trade deadline, they went and got Scherzer. They went and got Jordan Montgomery. Without that second move, they don't win it. You've got to be aggressive and go get some of these dudes who showed that they can win in the postseason and down the stretch. We love this Oriole team, but without somebody to go win game 1 of the postseason, what do you
agree? That's the other box they have to check.
100%. And I think it's got to be one of the guys. Look, I loved Kyle Gibson signing last year. It's got to make a splash for me to really want to believe in this Baltimore team moving forward with what the rest of the AL East is doing.
Yeah, realistically, I just don't think that's happening with the Orioles. I think it'll be another Kyle Gibson type guy. Listen, they think Grayson Rodriguez is their #1. You've got Bradish behind him, really good arm. Don't forget about John Means. If he gets back to where he was, that's a guy who's in front of the rotation pitcher for me. So they're covered there, but I think
those guys some pressure. There's too much pressure on those guys.
Agreed. That's why I think you're looking at the next tier down. Montgomery's going to be expensive. Yamamoto, forget it if you're talking about $300 million. There's pitching out there. They've done a nice job developing pitching. Now they have to go find second-tier pitching.
Marcus Stroman fits the bill?
Sure. I mean, ideally, I'd make a trade with Tampa Bay if they would trade me Tyler Glasnow.
Wow.
That's the guy I would go get. You talk about swing and miss stuff. Game 1, pitcher miss bats.
Corbin Burns? Trade for Corbin Burns?
Go get you a 1 or 2 frontline starter, and they are going to – those young kids, Bradish and Rodriguez, are going to watch Means, and they're going to learn how to become that #1 starter, not have the pressure of having to go out there and be that guy immediately. I would love to see Baltimore make a splash. There's too much young talent not to get some pitching there and win.
And this is their window before all these young players start making more and more and more money. Spend money at the top of the rotation. One box has been checked by the Orioles with Craig Kimbrel. Another one yet to be checked.